All right, welcome back, everybody. So a lot of heckling happening here in the crowds at the moment, and it's all because the political parties will not let each other speak. So we're trying to keep quiet, guys. We're back on air. So what is your name?
My name
Yeah.
is Michael.
Okay, Michael. Michael, give us 1 second. Let us all have an opportunity, because, you guys have to keep quiet, allow everybody to answer the questions. Because when your representative speaks, they're also going to make a point. Okay, so, Michael, let's leave it at that. Everybody just calm down. Let us get through this broadcast. We've got 25 minutes. Let's do this. DA were asked a question. What are you going to do differently for this municipality? Answer your question, please.
Thank you very much. Our approach to the municipalities is the municipalities are the closest in terms of service delivery. They are the closest to the people. If you look at our municipalities in Mpumalanga, most of them, in fact, more than 90% of them are technically bankrupt, simply because the municipalities are unable to collect revenue. The reason they are unable to collect revenue is because they don't have a plan to collect revenue. If you look at our Eskom account in Emalahleni, Tabacheu, Lekwa, Governor Mbeki, the Eskom account in those municipalities, each municipality hold over R1 billion. The reason you are unable to service your debt is because you don't have a plan. You can't collect revenue, then you are unable to service your debt. Eskom end up cutting everyone. You look at rent water, they are unable to pay rent water. Just in Bushbuck Ridge, they've just cut the contract with rent water. But Bushbuck Ridge still doesn't have water. So when you're using a third party to deliver water, as Mega was tasked with delivering bulk water services to the people of Bushbuck Ridge, you go to villages like Xanthia, the taps are dry, but 174 million rand is gone. So now you ask yourself, what happened into that pipeline that they lay at Inyaga Dam with so much money that they still can't produce a drop of water? At municipalities, that's where the people feel the pinch the highest. In terms of corruption, make your housing list available. You know, this thing of people say, my house was out on my name, but it's now on another person's name. It's really very sad. And people are saying, you know, these people are giving their houses to their girlfriends, to whoever is connected to them. It's a sad story. But if you make it available, like in DA-run municipalities, because our delivery of services where we govern is undisputable. And I'm talking about the Auditor General's report. I'm not talking about emotions. Okay. So you make that available. People must know where they are on the list, so that I know I'm number 600. And you must also make sure that in terms of employing, people must get fair access to jobs. Okay. When you don't give people fair access, like if people must bribe for a job, if a woman must give sex to get a job, we've got to travel in this province. Yeah. And we have cases have been opened, and it looks like it's not taken seriously, where women come forward and say, this senior official has done this and this to me in the premise for a job. If we don't take things like that seriously, that affects human beings at municipal level, we are not going to be able to run effective municipalities.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. EFF, your question was around very much so what you had already said initially in your opening address with regard to school nutrition and with regard to also the corruption of officials and politicians here in the province. What are you going to do?
Yeah, well, the issue of the government nutrition program has been a problem for some time in Mpumalanga. And it's a man-made problem created by the MEC for Economic Development. When the board of Mega tried to intervene and resolve the problem, they nullified their actions and they said it's unlawful. And as a result, the whole board resigned. I've been receiving numerous calls from the small-scale farmers from last year that they are not being paid. And when we investigated the matter, the MEC does not want to release the payment from the principal department, which is DEDET and the Department of Education, because he's got interest in the provision of the school nutrition. He's got his own business partners that he wants to put there so that they can benefit other than the current one. And then it affected the poor small-scale farmers. So even the CEO and the general manager of Mpumalanga Economic Grade Agency, they are suspended as we speak. It's true that it's been 3-4 months that the learners from around the Mbombela have not been receiving the school nutrition because of that corruption. And the ANC is mum, as if there's nothing happening. We've raised it in the legislature, we've raised it on a number of times, but nothing is happening. So it's a package, it's part of the corruption that is happening, because I think Eric, because he's number 29, in the list going to the provincial legislature, and he's sure that he's not going back. So he wants to force himself to make some business there. But on corruption, I hear my colleague Komiza, Fish Matalela, it's my superior. I think that's why they brought him. They know me and him were good. And then we worked with him very nicely. These are the leaders. If ANC was in this hands, I think it will be better place in Mpumalanga. Because he was a chairperson of the SCOPA. And they asked him why he was removed as a chairperson of the SCOPA. He was removed because he uncovered a ghost school in Komazi while he was a chairperson of the SCOPA of the ANC. And ANC officials were paying a school, have paid the school, have built the school. That does not exist. Whereas a budget of millions have been spent on that school. So he uncovered it, then they immediately removed it. It's not him only. We heard David Tume, a doctor there, they removed him because he exposed the corruption as a SCOPA. So that's how we operate. The better ANC in the province is this one and the one, those who lost the case in court.
Okay.
This one are criminals. This is right, just say here.
Okay.
Right, just say here. We must steal. You spoke in front of him. I was asking him, but do you hear what your leader? He's the regional chairperson of the ANC in the province. He said he must continue stealing because they were stealing. What kind of a leader is that? That one Mashile there is the one who go out and teaches us 200 rand in the tavern. Where does he get the 200 rand? All of them, they are corrupt. But the EFF is going to abolish tenders. That's the solution. We have said in our cardinal pillars that we are going to abolish tenders as the EFF so that to stop corruption. And then we are going to ensure that there is transparent, open government that is accountable to the people. But so far, we have arrested many of them. We have removed many HODs. We have removed many municipal managers. Some are coming to jail because their cases are still with the Hawks. We are doing very well.
Thank you very much. All right, okay, thank you. Quiet, guys, we're running out of time. We need to get to our next question with regard to the ACDP. ACDP, you asked with regard to land, your standpoint on land. Is that mic not working?
Testing.
No, let's try this mic over here.
Testing. There we go.
There we go. Okay, let's go. I think your question was regarding land and jobs.
Yes, land and jobs. Those are two things everybody's talking about. Mhlaba, Msebe, and Dangits. The thing is, land affects jobs. We have seen that many investors have run away from South Africa with money which provide jobs. All of us want land, but the current constitution allows for land for restitution. And the problem is corruption through the ruling party is preventing that from happening. We believe ACDP will come in, we'll manage the funds. People that have been wronged, whose land has been taken, will be returned to them, but through the correct channels. We cannot continue to take land or we will end up like Zimbabwe. Zimbabweans have tried it. They took the land. Those people are starving. We cannot afford to go down the same road as the Zimbabweans. Land and jobs work together. You guys are crying for jobs, but then you cannot take the land. It needs to be expropriated.
All right.
Then the second issue was jobs. The ACDP will create jobs. Many people, everybody says they're going to create jobs. The ruling party has said for 24 years they're going to create jobs. Jobs will be created through small-scale industry. The entrepreneurs, the small man on the street, that is the backbone of our economy. Not the big corporates. Big corporates are drowning out the smaller companies, the smaller businesses, the entrepreneurs.
Come on.
We will build up through markets, through many avenues. And I just want to lastly close in saying that the ACDP is the will of the people. South Africa is an 80% Christian population. The other parties do not follow biblical values. We do.
Okay.
Amen.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's go. Let's move on to our next party. Let's go for it. Let's get your answer on that one. That's Economic Emancipation Forum. Let's go for it.
Yes. I think to the public is very important to note that it is very critical for the professional and young people to be part of this economy that we are talking about today. We believe that there's no future without young people. So young people need to be part of the economy. Especially professionals, they need to be in charge of decisions that are driving the economy of this country. But also it's very important to note that we require an education system that is driven by the economic priorities of the country. So it's also very important. So we also look at how do we then ensure that our education system really addresses the challenges of today. So that can be done if we change the way our education system looks. Because now we want an education system that prioritizes entrepreneurship, where we are able then to develop people that can then easily access the economy. The big challenges that this country is facing today is the fourth industrial revolution that is taking some of the jobs and bringing some of the jobs that are new, which that we are not ready and people are not yet skilled to be able to access those opportunities. So it's very important that we address that. But it's not only that, it's also to talk about the financial system that needs to be able to start to prioritize the economic challenges of this country going forward. So we are saying, let there be capable leadership. We are saying to the public, vote Economic Emancipation Forum.
Thank you. Great. All right. This question for service delivery, I think yours was very much so about poverty, public works, and those issues that are affecting the Mpumalanga people here living in the province. Would you talk to that quickly? Very quickly, please. Let's keep our answers short. Just speak. I'm sure it'll come on. Just carry on speaking. Speaking into the mic. Speak into the mic.
Thank you. On the issue of how to eradicate the poverty, this one is very simple. As Forum for Service Delivery, we are going to make sure that we create more jobs to our South African people. By so doing, because now everyone knows that it's an open insult that our ruling party now, they are giving our people the CWP jobs. It's an open insult to give our people a CWP job. At the end of the month, you give that people 600 rand salary. That's an open insult to our people. So we are going to make sure that those monies that the ANC keep on stealing from the government, we are going to make sure that we manage all those funds. So then we are going to use those funds. We're going to use those funds to
carry on. Finish your answer.
I'm not surprised that these people, they've looted a lot. That's why they keep on talking right now. So we are going to make sure that we manage all those funds that the ANC they kept on stealing to create more jobs, so that our people can benefit from that one. And again, on the issue of public works, it's just the issue of mismanagement. As Forum for Service Delivery, we are going to make sure that when we get this power, we are going to place qualified people to critical positions especially.
Okay.
As Forum for Service Delivery, we are not going to play politics when coming to employment. We are going to make sure that we employ people regardless of any political affiliation.
All right, Peter, thank you very much. Honorable Beloy, your question was regarding land reform and global warming. Please keep it very quiet. Come on, guys. Come on. ANC, keep it down.
Thank you so much. Look, we've got a nation to govern. We've got people to serve in this nation. Yeah. Listen to this. Whether you have voted in with your party or not, one day you will account when you see people of South Africa suffering because of your selfishness and all such. All of us. Listen to this. I'm not here for position or seats. I'm here to make sure that this nation comes back to its senses. All of us as a nation must come back and serve the nation. Number one. I'm not going to say here I'm happy when I move around and then we have our people living in shacks. I've been there for 2 years. I lived in a shack myself. I can tell you it is not a good thing to do that. So listen to me. So here's the situation. Global warming, you must come with a spatial development and make sure our people first are appropriately allocated land upon which they can build a home and be there and be managed and be served by a government that cares about the people. When you do that, you are able to make sure that the land of the nation is used for the benefit of the citizens of South Africa first and foremost, because we belong here. We can't be tenants in our own land for life. So that is what is going to happen in South Africa under a leadership of African Covenant. Let me indicate the following. History that is not taking us anywhere. History that is not taking us anywhere. We are here now as South Africans. History that is not taking us anywhere will not cross over the 8th of May. This is our nation. We belong here, and all of us are going to build this nation on a united, respected, and prosperous nation. Vote for ACO when you go for the vote on the 8th of May.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a break. It's our final break. When we come back, we've got the BLF, we've got the Freedom Front Plus, we've got the PAC, we've got the closing remarks and those answers to the questions after this. Stay tuned.